Okay, Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakak Wadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you Akim out there that has been pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. You see, the spirit is dealing with Great Millstone, and I'm going to tell you why. The Apostle Cabal put up a video prior to Joe Biden talking about the New World Order. He put up a video back in 1991, September 11th, 10 years before the World Trade Center PSYOP. George Bush Sr. was talking about establishing a New World Order, and he broke it down perfectly, Apostle Cabal. So now, here we have it. That was the spirit, because the next day, Joe Biden was talking about a New World Order. And like the Apostle Cabal was talking about, what he said in his video was 100% correct. These presidents, including George Bush Sr., he was a puppet. But he was a part of the CIA. He was the head of the CIA in the 80s, but he was a puppet. He was the vice president under Ronald Reagan. This dude was set up, he was the puppet, bottom line. So he was just following orders and saying what the elites wanted him to say. He was talking about a New World Order in 1991. To be exact, 10 years prior to the World Trade Center disaster. Because 10 years later, September 11th, 1992, or in 2001, the World Trade Center, that should happen and change the world. Change America from being a so-called free society to a draconian society. But nonetheless, now you have, from 1991, almost 30 years later, 40 years later, almost 40 years later, Joe Biden is talking about that same thing that George Bush Sr. was talking about, a New World Order. So there's nothing new under the sun. Nimrod tried it. Then you had Antiochus Epiphanes, he tried it. It tell you that in the book of Maccabees, first Maccabees, where he wanted, I think it was first Maccabees 1, probably, if I'm not mistaken, the 50th or the 60th chapter, or probably going to the 10th chapter, where he wanted the whole world to become one. That's a New World Order. So here you have Joe Biden is bringing up something that's not new. That shit is old, going back to the ancient world, started with Nimrod, a New World Order. But guess what? Esau, the so-called white man, he think he's going to establish this New World Order. They got the technology in place, the digital currency. They got these proxy war going on. You see, notice how they switched everything around. No more Crown Victoria, no more Beetlejuice in the media. It's all about the war in Ukraine with Russia. And they're talking about cyber attacks and things of that nature, which is going to probably affect the economy. But it's all a psyop, because they have everything in place and they know this fiat currency, they're going to do away with it so they can bring in that charagma, that digital currency. So it's all a psyop. It's all a part of their game. And the men of Great Millstone started with the Apostle Tahar on down. We are aware of these things, and we warn the people, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, pursuant to Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, the 17th verse. Whether you will hear And when we will forbear, we telling you what's going down the pike, what's coming down the pike. We telling you. Now you have Joe Biden blatantly talking about the New World Order. So what about the so-called conspiracy theorists, man? This is something that's real. This is something that has been in. This is something that has been in the works since the time of Adam Weishaupt, the founder of the Bavarian Illuminati, man. So this thing has been in works, man, since the time of Adam Weishaupt. Could Adam Weishaupt be back in this time in another body? Of course. It's something called reincarnation. Adam Weishaupt and all the rest of them founding fathers that was a part of the establishment of the colonies and establishing America as a nation. Of course they could be back in time right now, man. My thing is, Joe Biden is talking about a new world order. Something that George Bush Sr. or Daddy Bush talked about in 1991. I remember that speech. In 1991, I was like, what? 17? I remember that speech, loud and clear. It was all over the news. But nonetheless, now you have Joe Biden, and Apostle Gabar brought out that all these presidents are in cahoots because they puppets with the Illuminati, which are the international bankers, want to come to pass, man. They're just following protocols. So I have a few scriptures. Salaki for the rant. But hey, man, these prophecies are coming to pass, man. We're in the time where the Lord is turning things up. Now Joe Biden's talking about a new world order. Something that was established over 200-something years ago, man. And all them crackers, them devils, that was a part of the establishment of the New World Order, establishing the Bavarian section of the Illuminati, they back now, man. All them cats, that Adam Weishaupt and all them cats, man, that was a part of establishing that New World Order, they are back now in this time we living in now, man. It's something called reincarnation, but Vocab Malone cannot understand that because he's an Edomite. Now, I'm going to get into these scriptures. I have a few scriptures. I'm about to tell you, I came out to be edified. And with that, I'm going to get into it. And this is I'm going to start with Job chapter 20, verse 23. Because, matter of fact, I'm going to start up. You know what I'm saying? Because these devils think that they're going to accomplish what they set forth to accomplish, which is their New World Order agenda. Having everybody mass MOT beads with the charagma. But that's not going to happen. Because I'm going to read it right now. What's going to take place before you get everything established. Before you get everything established and you be filled with pride. This is Job chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his... Matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to go to 20. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desireth. Slack it. Now, 21. Therefore shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. Now, the wicked, when you go into that word, it means laborers, man. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. Who's the laborers, man? Hey, that's going into the sons of Israel. Who the laborers? The sons of Israel, man. The wicked ones, the wretched ones, man. The one that's working and tilling and going through all kind of straits because Esau is in power, man. It says, it says, it says, it says, verse 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall not be, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall not be in strait. He shall be in straits. Now, that word straits is the position, is a position of difficulty. Salakia, I've been, I'm kind of tired. I'm up late doing this video because I couldn't sleep. So I'm just, usually I'd be asleep right now. But, it's all good. Everything is of the spirit. So I'm going to read it again. Job chapter 20, verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, which is the position of difficulty. And Esau is approaching that position of difficulty right now because look what's going on. You got wars in Ukraine, dealing with Russia. You got tensions brewing with Taiwan, dealing with China. So he's in a position of difficulty. Esau is in a position of difficulty. Look what's going on. You got tensions rising with Israel, which is the least of the flock, going over to Iran. So you got a lot of tensions going on. So they trying to establish their new world order, but guess what? It's not going to come to fruition. We read it in them. Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, meaning when he is about to establish the new world order, everybody being mass MOT bead with the charagma, they got a new digital currency going on. It's wars going on. Everything is in dire straits with Esau's kingdom because he's going down. Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7 through 9. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is that which followeth. So now you have these devils still trying to, because they filled with pride, still trying to establish their new world order, man. But meanwhile, the empire is crumbling. The economy is crumbling. The infrastructure is crumbling. The morale of the society is totally bugged out, man. So, like I said, like it reads in Job chapter 20, verse 23, when he's about to fill his belly, meaning establish his new world order, get everything off the ground, establish it full force, everybody is MOT bead, under full control. They establish their new world order. That's when all hell's going to break loose. That's when Yahweh Shah, that's when Yahweh Shah is going to crack them skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. And Esau, his bitch ass, is going to be in dire straits, man, pursuant to Joel 3:1. Why? Because Obadiah 1:10, the violence against thy brother Jacob, man. Shame shall cover thee. You fucked up, bro. And the end result of all this, pursuant to Isaiah 24:19 on down, whereas the Lord is going to punish the host of the high ones that are on high. which is slavery, pursuant to Ezekiel 39:14, whereas the Lord is going to punish the host of the high ones and serve out continuing employment. Say, hey man, you can't get around it, man. Your days are numbered, Esau. Your empire is circling in the drain. You are about to go down and hard. You are about to go down and hard, man. It says back in Job chapter 20, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him. What's the fury of his wrath? Thermonuclear destruction. Pursuant to Jeremiah 50:9, where the Lord's going to rise up an assembly of great nations, starting with Russia, China, India, Pakistan, Iran, Ethiopia, North Korea. All these nations that have nuclear capabilities is going to shoot missiles on America, even its own allies, such as France, Great Britain, and Germany. So your time is up, devil. You got Esau fighting against Esau. And every time throughout history, when a society is breaking down, they start usurping each other. They start going against each other, fighting against each other. And that's how you know a society is going down, when you see the economy collapsing, the morale of the society go down, and there's infighting within the government. And we see that. So you circling in the drain, Esau. Your empire is circling in the drain. It's a matter of time before you go down. So it's back in Job chapter 20, verse 23. Let me finish this out. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. When he's about to establish that new world order, when he's fully about to establish that new world order, which Joe Biden is talking about, not only Joe Biden, but when you go back in time, even though that cracker is dead and gone on the left-hand side in the spirit world, when he come back, he going to be a slave. But he spoke about, George Bush spoke about a new world order while he was yet alive, while he was the president. So you can't get around that, man. It's not a conspiracy theory, it's facts. It's a conspiracy fact that these devils are trying to establish their thing. But hey, this is the Most High's movie. You're nothing but a goddamn puppet. And the ultimate puppet master is Yahweh, Yahweh Shah. And you international bankers, y'all are puppets being controlled through your minds, which is your spirit, through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, man. And he's calling the shots, not you. Bottom line, man. So it reads, Job chapter 20, verse 23. When he's about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, which them nuclear missiles, and concentrated fire from them chariots, and Yahweh shall crack the skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Because you got these Edomites, the international bankers. They're gonna be in these dumbs, deep underground military bunkers. If I'm saying it correctly, they could be in them outer space retreats. But guess what? You're not going to escape the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. No, you're not going to escape. Because the elect is going to snatch you out of your hiding place and put you in chains, and there you go. pursuant to Isaiah chapter 24, verse 19 on down, where the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah is going to punish the host of the high ones that are on high. You can't escape it, man. You can't escape it. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon. These international bankers, they're going to flee from the destruction that's going to come upon America because they're not living in America. But guess what? You're not going to escape the judgment of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah. That's not going to happen. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Terrors are upon him. This devil is going to see terror like he never seen in his life, man. These devils is going to experience terror. Started with the international bankers, started with the Rothschilds on down, they're going to experience terror like they never seen it in their life. They're going to know terrors. They're going to know that the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah, is called Allah Shadya. They're going to know that name. They're going to know that name. This is Psalms chapter 78, verse 30. And it reads, now this right here was pertained to Israel, but everything that has been pertained to Israel, you fast forward right now, it fits Esau, and this devil got to pay that bill. So everything that was upon Jake back then is going to be upon Esau right now. So this is Psalm chapter 78, verse 30, and it reads, they were not estranged from their lust. Esau establishing his new world order. Esau, the so-called white man, establishing what he set forth almost 300 years ago. Started with Adam Weishaupt in the 1700s. His new world order. Let me read it again. Psalm 78, verse 30. They were not estranged from their lust, but while their meat was yet in their mouths, meaning they had their new world order established, everything was being put into place. While they was establishing a new world order, their meat was in their mouth, which is that new world order. Everybody being controlled through the MOTB, the new digital currency, a new society being developed through wickedness, being controlled by the spiritual demon Satan and their spiritual counterparts and their physical counterparts, which is Esau, the so-called white man. So it reads, back in Psalm 78, verse 30, they were not estranged from their lust, which they knew world order, agenda, trying to establish it. But while their meat was in their mouth, because they had it established, but they couldn't enjoy the fruits of their labors because why? Yahweh Shah cracked the skies, bringing death, destruction, and deliverance. It says, while it was in their mouths, verse 31, the wrath of Yahweh came upon them and slew the fattest of them and smote down the chosen men of Israel. But like I said, this is not the chosen men of Esau, because when you fast forward it, this was pertaining to Israel, but now, in this day and age we live in now, you fast forward it, it's pertaining to Esau, the so-called white man, and his new world order agenda. So you can't escape the judgment of the Lord, man. We didn't escape the judgment of the Lord. We had to pay. You got to pay. But you're going to pay dearly. Devil, you're going to pay dearly. So I'm going to close it out, man. I just want to bring out this right here, this fact. Hey, everything is booming. The Lord is turning things up. So with that, hey man, it's beautiful, man. With that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash, and double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, you I came out there that push this word in truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say Shalom. Abababo.